From Studio 1A in Tampa, Florida, comes a talk show that really feels your pain and tells you like it is. We love America and all that freedom-loving Americans want to protect. Live from coast to coast and on your radio, it's For the People with Keith Allen.
We'll help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people. Whatever your source of stress or strife, for the people is there.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Keith Allen and proudly welcoming you into this Thursday, September the 14th, 2017's edition. And here we go again. Another computer breach. Equifax hack. The FTC typically does not comment on ongoing investigations into Equifax massive data breach. Did you hear about it? It's where hackers stole a treasure trove of personal information of about 143 million people. The FTC does not comment on ongoing investigations. However, in light of the intense public interest and the potential impact of this matter, I can confirm that FTC staff is investigating the Equifax data breach. Who says this? Spokesman Peter Kaplan. He said in a brief email statement, he says Equifax did not immediately respond to a request for the comment of the FTC probe, but the FTC will file a complaint against companies that it feels have been sloppy in protecting consumer data. So more or less, this is a consumer alert to let you know that the U.S. FTC opening probe into massive Equifax hack. The Federal Trade Commission is what the FTC is, has indeed opened a probe into this breach. 143 million people, folks. It affects a lot of folks, a lot of people, a lot of sensitive information. Just a recommendation. Your password, by the way, when we're just at it with security, make sure it's hard. Some companies now have made it a little difficult to have weak passwords, but some of you, because, you don't remember stuff and you don't want to write it down places, you do the same password for everything. And that's really easy. Put birth dates, you put your wife's name, you put your dog's name. I mean, and you put it on everything. Don't do that. You got to change it up every couple months. Do something different. Use slashes, underscores, numbers, letters, just stuff that just doesn't make any sense. And in your phone, you got places where you can write stuff down. You can even voice dictate stuff where you can actually just speak it in there, but you can write it in there too, where you can make notes to yourself in your cell phone for these passwords, so you can have it in your cell phone itself. You can actually record voice memos for yourself too, so there's a good way to do it, but you got to just make sure that whatever sensitive information or whatever you have, just make sure you really think through, because there's people out there trying to just get in to find what information they can to either steal your identity or information that they can pose as you so they can access your bank account or make purchases on your credit card. And if you're not already doing it, make sure you destroy your mail before it goes in the can. Seriously, people actually still do that. They'll go out to your trash can, sift through your trash, see what information. It's amazing what people can actually learn from mail. Mail fraud is still one of the top crimes out there. People can rip off your mailbox there at your house. That's why some of you have gotten box offices. That's smart. You don't have to take that risk. Do you watch Tucker Carlson? He's at the same time slot as Bill O'Reilly was when he was on the O'Reilly Factor. Well, he was debating a writer from alternate D.C. who said that the Star Spangled Banner's designation as our national anthem has its roots in neo-Confederate circles. One day before the 203rd anniversary of Francis Scott Key penned the song while on board a ship during the Battle of Baltimore, Key's monument in Charm City was defaced with the term racist anthem. Did you hear about that? Charm City? Yep, they defaced it big time. Put racist anthem on there and said that he had slaves. Jefferson Morrison told Carlson that for nearly a decade in the 1920s, neo-Confederate groups petitioned ultimately successfully to have Key's tune made our official anthem. That goal finally came to pass in 1931. For you history buffs. Carlson said that the anthem itself is not racist, and the Confederacy came to exist decades after Key took that famous glance across the Patapsco River. But that's history, real history. Let me read that again. Carlson said that the anthem itself is not racist, and the Confederacy came to exist decades after. It's amazing if you don't know your history, if you don't even care to appreciate history. It's amazing defacing it and now saying that the national anthem is racist? Are you kidding me? Here we go again, folks. Good topic. But to me, it's just, just when you think that you've heard everything, here comes something else again. Our national anthem, ladies and gentlemen, under scrutiny. It's just so bizarre. I mean, why don't we just make pretend that there was never a civil war in our country, that the North and the South, they just got along. We believed in the same things ultimately. We loved each other, and it never happened. Hundreds of thousands of people never died. Nobody sacrificed for what they believed in. Nobody died for their country. Nobody did. And as a matter of fact, let's just destroy Jamestown, because they were white supremacists. I'm surprised they don't do that. That's a neat place, by the way, if you've never visited it. Really amazing. I mean, literally, time stands still. Wow. Really neat place. And I love Mount Vernon. Because, Washington had slaves. I understand he was very nice to them. But they want to do away with his monument. As a matter of fact, maybe not even reference him as being the first president of the United States. And not wanting to give him any credence. Just a news alert. Most all of them owned slaves. And that's what they did back then. I am not saying that it was right, but eventually it was abolished. And that's good news. It's amazing when people like to lament. They like to get into the pig trough with the pigs. I mean, literally. Do you know somebody like that just loves to get into the past, what History Channel used to say, where the past comes alive and stew in pig crap? Because that's exactly what this is all about, folks. Trying to drudge up things that people did not agree with back then, that you didn't even live back then. You weren't even a part of that century. People didn't even know who you were. You weren't even a glimmer in your daddy's or mama's eye, anybody. If you want to pretend that you can control things that happened, you can't. It happened. Oh, the deniers of history. There's a lot of good things that did happen in history, too. was our struggle to find our independence and to find our freedoms, to fight for our rights. This was the great American struggle. This is a part of our American history, and all of ours have to read from these events in history that have happened. There's no denying its truths. And you can't put these people on trial because that's what you're trying to do. These people are dead. They died. They had a funeral. They are buried. Oh, what are they going to do next? Oh, I shouldn't even have planted these ideas. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't try to find where these people are dead, try to bury them and do something to their grave, take their bones out. When does it end? If it can't get any more bizarre, just leave it to people's devices. Because they have nothing better to do with their lives. Apparently, that's what they do when you don't have, what are the idle minds is the devil's workshop? Isn't it so true? Did you ever hear that? Devil's mind? Yeah, that's right. An idle mind is a devil's workshop. You can be busy about a lot of things that are just, at the end of the day, stupid. Ridiculous. But there's plenty of people in our country, this is the way that they live their lives. Right or wrong. I think that there's so many other things that you could do with your life. By the way, on our first hour, we kicked off our survival guide bundle. We made it available several months ago, but in the wake of Hurricane Irma and all the North Korean stuff going on, we're re-releasing the Survival Guide 2 along with the DVD companion, which is basically a bonus. It's the Reflections video of Chuck Harder at the Telford Hotel, him hosting it. Unbelievable piece, just to show the glory of the Telford Hotel, White Springs. It's very a neat piece, and it's a part of history. And the Survival Guide will keep you alive, you and your family. It's got everything you want to know about food and keeping safe in your house and generators and solar power, how to really live and survive and keep you alive. And that's what it's all about. It's peace of mind, folks, better than any insurance policy because it's in black and white. And there's illustrations that are in the book that you can follow along with very easily. And stuff's affordable. We can actually get the stuff at your local hardware store, stores near you, and be able to be prepared. And it's written by Chuck Harder, and we tested all this stuff together, me and Chuck. And the stuff works, and it's fabulous. And I have priced it very reasonably, including shipping and handling, for just $25. So all you have to do is go to our website now at forthepeopleshow.com, make a $25 donation, and just say, this is for the Survival Guide. I want it. All right? Survival Guide 2 with the DVD, shipped right to you. Order it now because you're going to need this, folks. I just believe that we have to be prepared for just about anything and everything. Eventualities do come in several different ways, whether it's from an earthquake, an ICBM missile, tornado, hurricane, chemical, biological, nuclear. We don't know. But they come in many forms. Floods. Survival, folks, it's what it's all about. You're not going to be able to rely on FEMA. Maybe they'll eventually come to you, but you have to be able to be self-sustaining, almost like a Rambo. But this book will be able to empower you, equip you to be able to do the things that you need to do and think about the things you need to think about now so you don't stress yourself. That's what insurance policy does. When you're insured, something happens, it's taken care of.